The following was recorded in front of a live studio audience at the Studio 21 Podcast Café. This is the United Podcast Network.
If you're building or buying or selling a home, the Real Estate Crew's got news for you at the Real Estate House Party.
With attorney Rick Carter,
Real Estate House Party.
paralegal Kathy Holtshouser,
Real Estate House Party. Come in, have fun.
and comedian Tony V. Now, here's real estate attorney Rick Carter.
Welcome and thanks for joining us today on the Real Estate House Party. Were you just yawning during the
No, what was
introduction?
that look,
What
Tony?
was that look?
You
No,
look,
I'm doing near and far.
you kind of look like the ventriloquist that your friend had. What was that, little Jackie?
Little Jaggy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing.
Yeah. What kind of, they call that certain acting. What do you, it's like.
Method.
Method
acting.
What do you think?
Method acting, sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, look
That's
who's back with us,
That's-
Kenny Rogerson. I appreciate
Hi, everybody.
Thanks for coming back.
Wow, you know.
Popular demand. We got all sorts of calls to have you
yeah.
show
Oh,
up.
God, the phone lit up. Do you even have a phone here?
No.
Yes.
I'm always amazed. I go, really, a real estate lawyer? You went to law school, really?
Well,
No.
Oh, we go through
Can
that.
you not? Can you
all
not
right,
bring that
let me
up?
ask you. You went to Northwestern.
No, I lived at Northwestern.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
That's my point.
But I
It's a
didn't, I didn't
trick-
get
a
a
trick in the
degree.
words.
How'd you get a degree, though?
How'd I?
Can you stop asking him those questions? Everyone thinks he's a lawyer.
He's actually very serious
He
about
is,
that.
yeah.
he's
No, he's a lawyer.
he's
we
very-
often talk about that on this show. Every once in a while, you forget that Rick's actually
I
a
know.
lawyer.
Why?
Yeah.
Do you forget that he's a grown-ass man?
Yes. Which is why we like
That's why he fits in with us.
Yes.
We don't have any mature friends.
Right.
No matter how old we get.
If I acted like a lawyer, you guys would never let me hang
No,
around
of
with you.
course
Am I
not.
right?
Oh, God, no.
Unless it's that one time you get a call or something like that.
Yeah, I'd call you every once in a while. For
Every once in a
advice.
while.
Yeah.
I do some of your real estate
You
stuff.
do?
I do.
Oh,
No, Rick's-
tell me when you get into crime, then I can use you. I have no use for real estate.
No, Rick's actually a really very, very
Oh,
smart
Carter Law's the best.
attorney.
I've never heard one bad thing
But
about
you'd never know it.
anyone's experience
Ryan,
with
you have
Carter
that
Law.
on video? We can put that on our Instagram.
You don't have one of those commercials out, do you?
No, but
No.
we think of it all the time.
Morgan and Morgan.
You know what we gotta
not
do,
even,
too?
Not even them. Some of them are just, they're the worst.
I know.
Oh, they're horrible.
And if you go to Las Vegas, every lawyer in the city has a billboard.
Oh, yeah.
Right,
That
right.
doesn't make me want to hire you.
Right.
You know?
Right,
You look like somebody who's
You look
kicked out of the
emo.
mob for
Right.
being too stupid looking.
Right,
Right.
right. You see any of the new ads there? You know, if you lived in this area from 1958 to 1975.
Oh, the Camp Lejeune
Yeah, yeah,
stuff.
exactly.
I get that. And they won't stop.
They won't stop. And if you
Okay, I lived at Camp Lejeune.
Right, right.
And go join the class up.
I did my basic there. You people owe me money.
You know,
You're going to keep asking.
the other day I said to myself, I still use baby powder. And that's one of them. Right? Johnson & Johnson.
Yeah.
You're going after that?
Wait a second.
Oh, yeah.
I inhaled it.
Yeah. No,
Hey,
no.
on accident.
That was not baby
No, that was a
powder.
baby
It was
powder.
cut with baby powder, so I should
baby laxative.
I should
That
get
was-
partial, some sort of partial settlement out of that.
I'd love to see the deposition on that one. All right, Mr. Rogerson.
You snorted baby
you
powder.
Snorted baby powder.
Yes.
I bet
Was
you
it-
I did.
I'm betting I did. I can almost promise you I did. Along with several other dozen chemicals, mostly not cocaine.
Oh, boy.
Oh my
This
God.
stuff's pure. Then why'd I find a shoelace in it? It's been stepped on 1,000 times. Who are you kidding? Anyway, that was back in the day.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
No, God, no. Who can
Not
afford
anymore.
that?
No.
The best snorting I ever heard was
See, the-
Keith Richards snorting his father's ashes. You ever hear that
Yeah.
one?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't imagine what that
Yeah.
tasted
And I've
like.
seen him on a documentary. He's never really denied it. So I know. So
He also once fell out of a tree.
right. Literally, yeah.
And
yeah.
you want to go, really, there's no one on Keith Richards' payroll to keep him out of a tree.
should have a tree
He
catcher.
should have a tree guy.
Tree catcher,
Yeah.
of course.
I know. What was he getting? Like a watermelon, something like that? You're right.
Yeah. He was, I think,
Wait a minute, watermelon tree?
No.
Not a,
Coconut.
They grow on the ground.
coconut.
coconut.
Yeah.
It's like you saying,
I felt-
why go fishing?
Right. Well, I fell out of a coconut tree back in 77 or 6.
Did you didn't have a tree guy?
76. No, I was drunk, but I found coconuts, and I shimmied up this tree. I was young. And I get to the top, and people throw me a coconut, and I fell, and I slid. And I had blisters like this big in my fingers, and then everyone just walked away like I didn't get us a coconut. They left me on the ground there to die, basically.
I wonder how he's still alive.
I don't know how
Well,
any of us are.
they snorted baby powder.
I know.
They're lucky to be alive.
I know.
But my nose was never chafed. Never once. You have a chafed nose?
So
No, I do
that's
not.
why you did it.
Thank you.
Right?
Thank
right.
you.
Right.
Dry as a baby's bottom.
Multi-purpose.
Yeah.
You put some Arm & Hammer in there so you smell nice too, right?
That's right. That is
Yeah,
correct.
don't make the mistake and snort the Gold Bond.
No,
That'll give you
That'll
give
kill
you
ya.
a jolt.
I once brushed my teeth with icy hot. I'm not kidding you. I was at Hartsfield Airport in Atlanta. It was between flights, and I was in my bag, and I went, and by the way, it takes days to get that off.
Yeah,
your
yeah,
teeth.
yeah.
Yeah.
It just won't leave.
Icy Hot doesn't come out too quickly there, so.
My gums didn't feel sore after that, so I guess it's partially all right.
We're talking about
Real estate.
Real estate. Okay.
We were supposed to.
Okay.
All right, so real
Read us.
estate.
Colombian real estate.
We
Now on to-
know
We know real estate. You sold your father's house, mother's
My
house.
brother sold my mother's
Okay.
house. I had nothing
So
to do
you're
with
nothing
that.
to do with that,
No,
so
I'm
that
a
rules
moron.
out that whole topic
look,
there, Tony,
here's,
right?
I'm the guy. I'm the demolition guy. Something need to be torn down. My brother calls
You're the
me
guy.
because I know how to smash
Would you have
stuff.
some big vault in the basement there?
No, he had a big shed, and he had shelves he put up, and I swear to God, they had wood screws and roofing spikes, and they were into cement. It took me forever to take this stuff down. My father was not a carpenter, so he just used whatever.
Of course.
It was not coming down.
That's the way it
And I
was.
have the feeling that he did that going, I can't wait to watch one of my sons tear this down. They're going to be swearing. And I was swearing my ass. Like, you mother. If I could dig you up and kick you, I would do that right now. It's not furious with him. I just know he was laughing somewhere.
We've had a lot of people selling. You're right. They got to kind of plan accordingly. The safes. Well, some people buy a house with a safe with like a 500-pound safe.
I have one.
Did you?
Yeah.
What'd you do with it?
It's still in the house. We bought it with the house with a safe there because there's no way to move it.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
probably been
Do you
there.
use it?
No. What do I need it for?
Do you even have the combination?
I don't know.
Huh.
There's nothing in it, if that's what you're asking.
Can you put Kenny's cats in there?
You could put,
I could.
I have a friend of mine who uses a gun safe. It's a big old bank.
Yeah,
safe.
But
that's
he
what
uses
mine,
it.
it's,
Yeah,
it's,
he
it's
locks his guns
huge.
in.
This is stuff that just seems to
You know-
get getting passed on
Yes.
to the houses.
After the show at
Medford.
we did last week in Medford at the Chevalier,
Yeah.
we went to dinner at Salvador.
Sal.
Oh my God.
Which is
It was the same guy
on
from Carol's,
From
right?
Carol's,
Yeah,
Maury
yeah.
Carroll.
Yeah, yeah.
My buddy Lou and Topper set it up, right? And we were having dinner in the vault, what used to
Oh,
be the
yes.
vault of the bank that got robbed over Memorial Day weekend in 1980, one of the biggest bank robberies
Was
to
there-
date in the United States. And we were in the vault, and you can still see the hole. They
Really?
patched up the hole, but you can still see where
That's
they got in.
crazy.
We do a
It
show
was
at a
great.
Chinese restaurant years ago. There was an old bank that had a vault. That was a special room. Some Chinese Johnny Yee's or something. No, that was down the Cape.
That was down the
I don't
Cape.
know. He was-
Johnny Yee.
Memorial Day. I always thought that
So
was...
hold on a second.
Yeah.
Let's
I know, I was gonna
let's
go
give a
back there.
shout out to Salvatore's because
It was great. I had
We
chicken
took
piccata.
clients.
It was fantastic.
we took clients there before.
Yeah.
And the waitress, she was a love, and so we
Oh,
had about
you did?
Yeah.
It's the same place. Okay.
10 people.
Yeah.
And we said we're going to have 3 pizzas. And she's like, we all had salad and
Yeah,
soup.
yeah.
And she goes, 3 pizzas for 10 people. She goes,
Yeah.
you need more than that.
5.
I go, well, we'll order more if we need it. The pizzas came out, and they were about this
They're
big
enormous.
around.
Yeah.
She
Really?
was just like, it was delicious.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
they did
They do a nice job.
Yeah.
It was
So
great.
Carter Law did our thing for the Medford show.
Yeah.
Yep.
We got 16 tickets to
Wait,
see.
you were there, Kath?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
You didn't say hi after?
I texted you
You did?
and said, I'll see you tonight.
I was invited to dinner, so don't feel bad. I don't know anything about this
But,
dinner.
but I heard Tony
you
doesn't
were
know how
there?
to read, right?
Yeah.
I guess so.
No, you were great. So one of our
Don't try that. It's too late. Too
no,
late.
one of our employees said, so what's the lineup for tonight? And I said, Tony V, Kenny Rogerson, Christine Hurley, and Jimmy Dunn. And She goes, "Oh my God, Kenny Rogerson! I used to see him at was it the Comedy Stop or Comedy Connection?"
There was the Comedy Connection, Nick Comedy Stop, or the Ding Ho.
Yeah, but
one or
she,
the other.
and she's. I'm going back to the
Play It Again.
80s.
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
Play It
80s,
Again,
right?
Sam.
Played
Yeah,
it
Yeah,
against- yeah. There were clubs everywhere.
She
club
said
every corner.
she said that you were just as funny as she remembers you
Yes.
were back
Well,
in
I'm
the
still
80s.
doing the same act, so why would it change?
So shout out to Judy who loves Kenny Rogerson.
Thank you,
Oh,
Judy.
so was Judy saying that?
Yeah.
Judy, that's,
Yeah, it was a good show. It was fun.
yeah, good group, huh?
Yeah, so anytime you do a theater, I love that stuff.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
I love that
And one
stuff.
of my friends, Georgie, who always listens to our show, got a picture with Christine Hurley.
Oh, wow.
So, and he's originally from Medford, so he's the one that said, "Oh, look at this lineup," and knows I do the show with you.
Right,
so,
right.
Well,
Yeah.
and Christine Hurley had mentioned when she was on the podcast with us, right?
right.
I don't usually get people who know me. I really
Right.
don't.
No, she knew exactly who
I
that
was
was.
reading a quote about you. You're right. The funniest guy.
Let me tell you a story about the Squires. Any remember the Squires?
Yes,
sure.
you remember
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Squire.
Squire.
Lenny and I used to go there on Sunday mornings since we've been up. And every time he walked in, oh my God, all these beautiful, Lenny Clark, all the beautiful strippers come over. Oh, Lenny Clark. The bartender, who looks something between a Viking and a Hell's Angel woman, missing teeth, goes, "Oh my God, you're my favorite comic." I go, "See, that's what you get."
Yeah.
I get the toothless one with a blackjack in her pocket.
That's better than me. I always get some bespectacled man accountant who likes me. I got something you can use in your
Yeah,
act.
trust me.
I bet you
Trust me.
do.
Your accountant couldn't take advantage of you if he wanted to. This bartender got away with me. Just grabbed me over the bar and pulled me underneath.
Oh, the quote was, "You're the funniest man that you might. I'm funniest comedian you might not have heard of."
I forget who wrote that.
Yeah, some
Maybe
guy.
it might have been Gavin. He used to write most of my stuff. I swear to God, I go, "I have a resume." He goes, "All right, one way." Sometimes they look at my line, they still use it.
That's
He's an
awesome.
English teacher. He knows things.
I know.
So
Yeah.
the Squire, huh, down in Revere.
Yeah.
You know, the Squire, you know what's very unique about the Squire? And I got to say it's unique to New England and Boston, perhaps Revere.
That they open at 8 on a Sunday?
That
At
it
8
also
o'clock.
has its own dedicated turning lane.
Yes.
There's a specific lane
Yeah.
to turn.
Is it still there?
Into the Squire's parking lot. There's no other place to go.
Oh,
It's
okay.
not for a street. It's
All
not
right.
for a parking lot except for the Squire.
Those strip clubs get a lot of
Yeah,
priority.
apparently.
So is it truly a strip club?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, okay.
Oh,
There
yeah.
was a time I was there with Lenny one time, right? And there's a phone booth right on the corner, a real old-timey phone
Yeah,
booth
yeah.
back in the 80s. Because I had to call my wife. I go, "I wouldn't do that. I don't have a good feeling." But no, I said, no. Do not call her. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. No. I said, I got a bad feeling about it. So I stop him, and he's going, I got to call her. And this car comes spinning down the street in a snowstorm and smashes into that phone booth.
Oh, my God.
And he goes, "You might have just saved my life." I go, "Might have." You owe me big time, my friend.
Can I tell my strip club story? So
Sure.
Yes.
I'm driving.
Was it your bachelor party?
Nope. So I'm driving around with Ryan Carter and a bunch of his kids. We're going to their traveling baseball game. And so there's about 10 kids in the car, and we're driving along. And one kid yells out, "Hey, there's the golden banana." I mean, it's 12 years old.
I heard they have good pizza.
And by the way,
Ricardo goes,
they're a good investment real estate-wise. See how I brought it back around
Yeah, I
for
know.
you?
Thank
Yeah, brought
you.
it back
Thank
into
you.
real
Thank
estate.
you.
There
That's
used
what
to
I
be.
do.
There used to be a strip club in was it Worcester? And
Probably.
And the sign, had the requisite, live nude girls.
Right.
And then underneath it said, also sandwiches.
it's a plus.
Right, I go.
Which tells you they didn't have the A-team dancing there.
And you're going,
Listen.
I don't want to see any live nude girls, but I am
Sandwiches
hungry.
sound good.
The owner's going, "We got to draw them in somehow because you girls just aren't cutting it."
Hey, what reminds
What if we
me-
had sandwiches?
That's it.
That'll get them.
A buffet. Now you go. There you
Which
go.
reminds me of one of your jokes about the pie.
Oh,
and the-
yeah.
Naked lady.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's a great
Yeah.
joke.
Naked
Come
lady.
on, let's hear it.
If I was greeted as I age, if I was greeted by a naked woman with a pie in her hand, it would be the most confusing time of my life. What kind of pie is that, naked lady?
One of my favorite jokes.
Yeah, that's. I had a billboard one time. I was in Pittsburgh, and the billboard said, "Tuesday night, ladies' night, $1 margaritas, Ladies in for ladies in free, $1 margaritas. Yes, we have hot wings. Comedy can.
Oh, yeah.
Like under Spinal Tap and Puppet Show and Spinal Tap. You know?
Oh, yeah. We used to do that. I worked one time at a club in New Hampshire on Super Bowl Sunday.
Nice.
After the, it was supposed to be after the game. And it was like, big screen TV, game live, hot dogs, 10-cent wings, comedy.
Yeah, you're the last thing on the grease pencil board. Underneath, chicken piccata special.
I always like the Route 1 signs. The big selling feature is, and yes, we have HBO.
Yeah.
You're talking about motels.
Right.
Hotels.
Yeah, I'm coming here to watch movies. That's exactly what I'm doing.
That's why I bought the bug spray.
Or some of the other places, they're very limited. It says eat.
Yeah.
I go, okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
Food.
There used to be a place in Chicago on Manheim Road in the 70s called Eat It and Beat It. That was it. It's just eat and screw. Get out of here. That's what it's called. Eat It and Beat It. It was a fast food. It was my favorite place.
All right, I have a bunch of buzzwords for
Well,
Kenny.
hold on. Do you want to do your 13 best real estate?
No.
We have 15 minutes.
Oh, yeah, and
Let's
if you're
do it.
selling a strip club, call Carter Law. They'll help you. They'll help you unload it.
That's right.
There you go.
Yeah.
So we talked some real
There's
estate.
some real estate right there.
Yeah. Let's talk about softball.
Okay.
What? You guys all played on the
Softball field is
softball. You
good.
got Ryan
It's a good
Cotton.
investment. Softball field's a good investment also.
Sure.
Only
Lot of land.
We're the only ones
Sure.
keeping this on real estate at all. The two real estate people could care less.
What is real estate?
I know, really. How about the person who complained because they had a bunch of softballs fly into their backyard? Or the person who's on, because we're talking
the
real
golf
estate,
course.
on the golf course, and they're wondering why they're getting dinged all over
You
the
live
place.
on a golf course.
Live on a
Yeah.
golf course.
Duh.
Yeah. So I saw a lawsuit about that the other day where the judge actually allowed them. They said, "Oh, you're right, you're getting dinged," and he was overruled. They said, "No, you bought on a golf course."
The golf course was there.
The golf course was there.
And
Right.
you moved into the house
Right,
on the
right,
golf course.
right, exactly.
Right.
So-
It's not like you had a house.
Right.
And then someone said, we're putting up a golf course.
Exactly.
I played one in Vegas with my friend Mike, and I think it's somebody like Jennifer Lopez, some big famous singer had a house there, and I bounced it off her roof. I went, my job is done. Wasn't on purpose. But we used to play the Colonial where that one
I was
hole
just
was
gonna
right,
say.
right on the
I was just gonna
highway.
say that.
I can't tell you how many times I've shanked the
Oh,
hole of that
yeah. Oh,
thing.
yeah. I've hit that. And it's
I used to
that's a
love
good-
the Colonial.
Oh, I love
That
to
was
hit
a
the
great-
Colonial.
But didn't they have the pool in the front on the house?
Yes.
Yeah.
And we'd be driving home from Good Harbor Beach.
I
and
had
my
to play
friends
out of
would-
that pool a
what'd you-
number of times.
What'd you go in the pool?
Yeah, all my friends like, let's go swimming and get the salt water off us. We used to go traipsing in there, like
Wow.
hang out like we knew
Those
somebody.
Winchester girls busting out.
Yeah.
Yeah, much better to have chlorine on you than salt.
Yes.
Well, the sand.
Yeah.
And,
I mean, I had to play out of that pool several times when I would golf. It's not a good golfer.
After all this time, you would think they would make golf balls that floated.
No, they do, but they don't go very far, which is fine by me. It's not going to really affect my game.
Yeah.
Still takes me
I
15
didn't know
shots to
they
get
had
to the green
floated.
anyway.
Yeah.
But if they
The-
floated, then you'd have to go in the hole
After them.
Yeah.
to get them.
Yeah, people do it anyway.
Yeah.
Big money.
You were talking about golf. You had a sap buildup, you were saying.
Yes, I'm in the woods a lot. That's one of my biggest problems. The ball's about this big around after 9 holes.
That's awesome.
I actually played better. We used to play Colonial and George Wright, and I was tremendous off rocks. And people go, I go, I'm always on them. I can't have the sand
Put me in the fairway.
Yeah,
I can't help you.
Now, you guys are the good golfers. I think you were saying that on one of your videos there. You guys are the good golfers. You get the pros. They can hit out of the fairway.
Oh, yeah. How hard is that?
I know.
It's not that hard. I remember one time we played at the Knicks. Knicks used to have a tournament, and we were playing at George Wright, and Cam Neely was on our team.
Yeah.
And they had just lost to Montreal, and I said, do you play a lot of golf? He goes, look at my clubs. They still had wrappers on them. I got him. We're signing autographs. He gets on the first tee, and he spanks a drive about 320
Oh,
straight
yeah.
down the middle. And I said, wow, maybe you should have played Montreal in golf. He goes, oh, Viper, you prick.
Speaking of the sap, I played. You know how they always put like a celebrity with a foursome.
Yeah.
So I had Bill Lee once.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Funny guy.
Oh, he is.
And we were playing it. I couldn't find him. I go into the woods because he hit one clean. I go, Bill, what are you doing? He goes, I'm getting a bunch of sap for because I don't like the spin back, and so he's literally putting the sap on his.
Right.
So you're onto something.
Well, the worst thing is, and Tony knows, is people know him around here, but when you get in the cart and they go, man, I can't wait to find out who our celebrity is, and you go, you're going to be so disappointed.
It's me.
It's not Larry Bird. It's me. What do you do? Do you know Boston Comic? No. But then they end up drinking. They go, you were way more fun. I go,
Yeah.
There you go.
They are a lot of
Just because they're celebrities doesn't mean they're fun.
I was telling you before the show there, me and a broker were out golfing, and they gave us John Tudor. And you guys know John?
Nope.
Okay,
No.
You're better off. He played for the Red Sox in the 70s or 80s.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so had no person. Well, I shouldn't say all this, but let me come to the punchline. About 7th or 8th hole, it's raining and it's just nasty day out, but it's golf, whatever. 7th hole, he goes, I got shit to do. I'm out of here. So we've used that line for the rest of our life.
I use that every day.
Right, you do. I know.
do.
That's why we're moving the show along. I know.
You guys need to move the show along because I got shit to do.
One of my favorites is Gav did it. We're doing a tournament, and he hated the foursome he was with.
Oh, I've had that.
And he got to
Why, is he opinionated? Does he say what's on his mind?
Why they didn't drink with him?
I don't know what the problem was, but they were taking it too seriously and not fun. And so I guess they're on the 8th hole, and he could see the clubhouse, and he goes, well, I got to go. I got to catch a plane. and so he leaves the golf course. They take the turn, and Gav's sitting there drinking. He goes, the guy goes, I thought you had to catch a plane. He goes, yeah, I still do.
Not today.
All right, I'm going to have to finish your sap joke then, since I'm throwing these bunnies at you. But good line. I guess you had sap on your, and it hit the pole.
It hits the flag and it sticks. So you have to putt down.
You're literally putting down.
Putting down, right. And I've missed that putt several dozen times.
Why don't you tell your golf story? Who was your? He said, Kathy, I'm going down to a work golf tournament.
George went. Is that the one?
Just ruined my story.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Possibly the whole day.
All right,
Possibly the whole show.
Can I tell Tony? Do you remember this when you were playing with Leary at the Blue Hills?
Yeah.
And I think you hit the ball and it went between your legs behind you.
Behind me, and went in the hole in the fence.
And the fence.
Yeah.
On the first tee.
I hit it
for everybody watching.
I hit a drive.
Congratulations, that's a good one.
I hit a drive behind me.
Yeah.
The ball spun, went backwards, and got lodged in a fence.
So you actually had longer yards on your second shot.
It was
Yeah.
minus 5 yards.
I was minus 5 yards.
But that's
off
always
the
the
tee.
way. I can get in front of 10,000 people. Doesn't get in the first tee of a golf course. I hate it.
Yeah.
I played in the Al Geiberger tournament one year, and I figured out I was coming into 18. I was playing really well for me. I thought if I par this, I was going to shoot like 81, which is great for me.
That's really good.
And I spank a drive, and I'm about 130 to the green, and there's a pond. The hole's this way. The pond's right into the pond.
Oh, yeah.
Out of the pond, across the green into the sand. Out of the sand into the pond. Out of the pond in the sand, back to the pond. I took a 10. And, of course, that's the hole, because it's funny to them. That's the one they had all the cameras, all the sports cars. They played that 1,000 times. But not the drive I hit 290. Not that
Kathy will tell you about her best shot ever.
Oh, can I?
Yeah.
We were golfing with a
Talk about pressure. Yep.
Bruins player and a banker, a new lender.
Yep.
And I wasn't, we were playing scramble or whatever.
Yeah, right.
And I was just going to have fun, And so we get up to the next hole. I'm a nervous wreck because, again, not cameras, but they were all the prize. All the prizes.
Everyone's watching.
And it was just like almost coming out of the, everybody's coming out from having lunch or whatever.
Right.
And first, the Bruins player hits it over. It's, very small drive or short drive, but there's water right there.
Right, so you approach.
And the green was like right next to the water.
Right.
It was a short drive, and you didn't have much.
Go over the water.
It didn't have much clearance.
Right.
Because then it would go over to the other water.
Right.
So he gets up, he gets it on the green. Everyone's clapping.
Yeah.
He
Big
gets
crowd.
up. He gets up, and he gets it onto the green. Our banker gets up, gets it onto the green, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
F
Yeah.
my life right now.
Talk about pressure.
So I'm sitting there and I'm shaking and I said, if there is really a God, I will get on that.
This is
green.
what you're using your God
That's
favor
right.
for.
Yeah.
Right. All
That
right.
was my one God favor,
All
Tony.
right.
I
Golf shot.
Not world peace, not the
No.
health for everybody.
Lottery.
I got it. Lottery. No, I got to make this green.
I did. Up and over. Did I get?
Right.
I think
And
I
get
got
right
it.
on.
Yeah.
I may
Yeah.
have gotten closest to the pin.
I once skipped the ball across a pond.
That
and got
was
an
it.
eagle.
That was in.
No.
I was with you.
Yes.
You, me, Jack. It was in the Watertown.
Yes.
That's when you know there's a
Yes.
God.
That was, yeah, I remember that
No,
shot. You,
this
me,
was a
Jack.
God.
Yeah, you
You, me,
got it.
Jack Gallagher, and somebody else.
Yeah, yeah.
Might have been
Bing,
Meany.
bing, bing,
Yep,
and it
right.
went
I
right
remember
in.
that shot.
Yeah.
I tell people that story.
Yeah.
So
Well-
that's what you picked if there was a God.
There were 35 people watching.
No, that's a
And-
good one.
And everybody is like, Googling over the
Yeah.
the NHL player.
And you let God knock off early that day.
Yeah.
I took care
I'll
of
give
Kath. They were all good.
I'll give a real quick example of the worst do-over ever with Lenny Clark cruising out to Weymouth on Route 3, and it's, he has to drive 1,000 miles an hour, and he goes, son of a bitch, if I had to do over again, I'd be in front of this son of a bitch. I get stopped right there. That's the only thing you'd change in your life?
That's
Be
your
one more
do-over?
car length ahead than where you are now. Not the divorce, not the losing the house, losing all the money from it. You'd be one car length ahead. That's all you'd change. That's the worst do-over I've ever heard of.
What did he say? Did
He just started
realize?
laughing. No, he never done what he said.
At the time, it seemed like it was a good favor
Oh, yeah,
to ask
yeah,
God.
yeah. No, you're right. You're right.
I haven't gone back there.
No.
Lately.
Well, God
Yeah.
told you not to.
Yeah.
Nothing that crucial.
I'll let you do this.
You're
It's nice
host
to have
now
him.
anyway. You
Yeah.
got nothing going now. You can
I
talk to
just-
God
I
all
might as well
day.
just- yeah.
We got you on the green. Don't bother me.
He's got the book. I don't know. Hey.
So next time you ask,
Right.
Remember
Make
that
it
time?
big.
Oh, I've asked a million things.
Oh, well,
and
that's why you had called
it's
it out.
fallen on deaf ears.
He might have been sleeping. He woke up. What? Yeah, okay, sure.
I
green.
can do that.
Do not bother me again.
All right, so I got some buzzwords here for
All right, good.
because it looks like we got to wrap
We
it
got
up soon
10
here.
minutes,
So
Yeah, because I got shit to do.
you got shit to do. We got to move along here. Sneakers. I like this one there. You were talking about sneakers. You have sneakers that are 7 years old, right?
Yes.
But you've worn out spoons before that.
Oh, yes.
See, we tell them their jokes.
I know. I
I don't
You
know
let me-
my act. Are you kidding me? Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's true. I have worn out because it comes down to running or eating Ben & Jerry's. I like Ben & Jerry's. Same running shoes for 7 years, but I've worn out spoons.
All right, let me just throw these out. 'cause
That's your story.
We only have a few. Much nicer world. This would be a visual, so we can't do this one. But much nicer world if we skipped instead of walked.
Yes.
I like it.
That's about 20 years old. I just brought that back because I needed time on cruise ships. Kill some time.
But you're right. You're about to do you're getting into a fight with some
you
guy.
can't. You just can't do it.
Yeah. You skip up to the
Or
guy.
hopping
and-
at a guy. Or if clothing is a bad thing. If everyone was naked, you couldn't put on a good war. You'd just be laughing too hard. They go, I'm not going to kill you. Look at that. That's you
Yeah, you're
suffered
pathetic.
enough.
Get
You
going.
suffered enough.
Yeah.
I'm going to let you live. Let's all go home.
Skydiving. What a good idea to wear that helmet.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes no sense at all. Makes no sense paying money to do that, actually. It's
Jump
Right.
out.
a good airplane.
Here's another visual. A day at Disney World.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's true.
Yeah.
Where you just stand in line. That's the whole thing. You just move one step, one step, one step.
Oh yeah.
And that's if it's empty.
Right.
If it's full.
Yeah, you don't
screwed.
take any steps.
Yeah. Well, that's whenever I took my daughter to Six Flags, Daddy always got the speed pass. They're like another $270, but I don't wait in line for anything.
Oh, 270, well worth it.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I like Don. I think it's Don Gavin who does the one on the airplane. Now you can put your seat back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It goes like this.
And then someone freaks out behind you saying,
Right,
"Can you
right,
not
right.
put your seat back?" Oh, like that was a...
I spilled him out of a golf course once at Colonial.
Yeah.
Because
I spilled him.
we had to go to the parking lot for something. And he had his drink, and I went, I turned the corner, and he was just out. And he tumbled. He got it. He goes, didn't spill a drop. And he didn't spill. I go, how's that possible? You like some gyro in your hand? He tumbled. He goes, didn't spill a drop.
His claim to fame.
Next time, warn me before you turn. I go, sorry, Donnie. I thought you were probably holding on.
Oh, my God. He's so funny.
Here's another visual Kathy had there about guys eating Gumbies.
The gummies on the golf course.
Yeah, on the golf course there. So the golf attendant came up. He goes, "What's the matter with your friend?" The guy's in the golf sand trap
sand
doing
trap.
these. He says, "Oh, he's got a bad back or something like that."
No, and he goes, not that
Not
one.
that guy. It's the guy in the water who's swimming in the.
They had a bad batch of gummies.
They had a bad batch of gummies.
I
there,
often bring
so-
a towel and a beach chair when I'm golfing. I'm in that sand a lot. Tanning oil.
When's the last time you guys have golfed?
I didn't golf much this year. I did
I
a
think I
couple
golfed
tournaments.
twice with my brother. Once in Old
Yeah,
Orchard
I
Beach
did
up that way.
I did a couple of tournaments this year, and that was it.
Not like it used to be. We used to have like 3 or 4
All the
comedy
time,
tournaments
yeah.
every year. Nick's had a
You're going to have
tournament.
to take them
I'll take them out.
golfing because you
Oh,
got
yeah.
Meadowbrook.
I got Meadowbrook.
I just paid
Because
a bill.
I want to go because I got a set of Noxie's clubs. He left me a set of clubs, and I feel guilty not using them, you know.
Oh, so you were one of those when Noxie passed away. Everyone was looking for his stuff, and
We used to play in these tournaments for the Sauhegan Fire Department, and he had that. He bought clubs every year. His house looked like a clubhouse.
oh yeah, he loved golf.
But
he
he had
did.
this Titleist thing, and I love this club. And I thought he was going to leave me. He said, "Yeah." His girlfriend, his wife says, "He left you a club." I'll call him. She goes, "I left you the whole set." So
That's pretty good.
Nice.
I don't play any better, but
I
you know.
saw Kevin one weekend, and he goes, "How was your weekend?" He goes, "I went golf." I go, "That sounds pretty good." He goes, "Nope." Went with Steve Sweeney.
Yeah.
Worst weekend of his life.
Why?
I'll
Go
tell you
ahead.
a story.
Go
When
ahead.
he says, yes, Kev, let's go golfing Sunday. Kevin goes, it's Father's Day. It'll be Jim. No, come on, meet me at the Colonial. So Kevin goes, I'm up there. I'm up there for an hour hitting balls. And the starter comes like, yeah, Steve Sweeney called. He's not going to show up. He's going whitewater rafting.
Oh yeah.
Tony goes, what? It was his idea.
The weekend he told me, he says, "Yeah, I go with Steve Sweeney, and he brings his dog." So his dog's running all around the golf course.
I don't think that's allowed.
I don't think it's allowed
No,
either. Plus,
probably
it's
not.
really hard to kind of golf with. Yeah. So Lenny took dibs on his motorcycle.
Yeah, he didn't get it. He sold to somebody else. But
You ever go? You must golf with Lenny a few times, right?
Oh, yeah.
many
He's the
times.
most impatient golfer
He has-
I've ever
He's
seen
the
in my
most
life.
impatient person there is
Yes.
to begin with.
And
Anyway.
the
I know,
worst,
I know.
the worst golf swing of anybody, but
Yeah.
sometimes he'll spank it too
Oh, yeah,
nice
yeah,
straight
yeah.
down the
Well, he
fairway.
doesn't practice. He just
No,
jumps
he
out
holds,
of the court.
he holds like a baseball bat. He
He
doesn't
jumps out of the
care.
cot
Yeah.
and swings at
Yep.
the thing. I don't know. I think he has someone line him up there. And
So what is this? Golf is kind of like real estate?
oh
Yes.
yeah.
It's
That's
worth a fortune.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
up a lot of
That's
Yeah,
why there's
I
a
know.
mall at the Colonial now.
I-
They sold that out.
know.
It's
Yeah.
a lot of money in golf.
A lot of
Yeah.
money in golf.
A lot of real estate in golf.
Oof, so we didn't get too far with the real estate,
we
did we?
didn't.
And I thought we were. I had a lot of notes on this.
All right, let's wrap this
I
up.
had called Kenny beforehand. We went over the whole show. That
I
we're
know.
gonna
I
do.
was, I
A
was
lot of
looking at
real
words
estate.
like foreclosure and
You had all the buzz, negative amortization,
Yes, thank you.
APIs.
Thank you for making
taxes,
us not.
whatever.
Yeah,
you know, all
yeah.
the real estate
Liens.
terms.
Tony nods off a little bit when we do
Acreage.
too much real estate.
Too much real estate. I gloss over.
You know what we didn't really do this year too is our first of the year. We're already almost into February.
Maybe
at
we'll
this
do
point.
it February 1st.
Yeah, like all our show ideas from last year.
No,
The,
we didn't get to.
no, that we did. No, our ideas.
No, like
Oh.
recap.
Oh, the recap.
Recap. Yeah, we never really made it. We
Yeah, we're a little
One-
slow.
You know what? You can do that. It'll be different because you're doing it. Say, do it in May.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone expects it in January.
Sure.
You know. Oh, it's
right.
New Year's. Let's recap.
Chrissy,
No.
shut
All
these
right.
guys
All
off.
right, thanks for joining us here, Tony V.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.
Kathy Holtshouser, you got stuff to do.
I got shit
Yeah,
to
she
do.
got shit to
Kenny
do.
Rogerson, will you
Thank
come
very
back and visit us?
Absolutely,
All right,
anytime.
thanks
I'm
for
not a
joining us.
busy
Thank
man.
you for all of our eyes. I just want to point out a couple things. Ed Sullivan, I think I see him in the crowd. I think I see Ryan Carter.
Ryan Carter.
Mr. Murphy somewhere here. Oh, he's sleeping. But
All right.
I don't indicate that. Thanks for joining us here on the Real Estate House Party. See you next week.
The views and opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or callers of this program do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the Studio 21 Podcast Café, the United Podcast Network, its partners, or affiliates.